picture real quick? So
oh, if you want to, sure. I can sit here and keep these people entertained for a minute.
Right.
Hey, y'all. So, guess who? So, yeah, as the title says, this is going to be another Shades with the Sheriff, the Yuba County edition. So what I have with me today is going to be Teng Saechao. He is actually running back to his vehicle real quick. He's got some photos he wants to be able to show us. And so he's going to grab, because he thought we were going to do them in the car. And it didn't work out for us to do this in the car because, well, my kid is here and leaving tonight to go back to Portland. So my wife wanted to go hang out with him for a few. So I didn't have all my stuff to mount, you know, I mean, I didn't have a way to do this in the car except for, you know, so we're doing it here. Hopefully the wind noise is not too bad. I know it's quite breezy, but I've got the extra windscreen on, so hopefully the wind noise won't be too bad. So, and as I said, Mr. Saechao himself.
Hi. Hi.
So, so like I said, this is the Yuba County edition of Shades with the Sheriff. Look at that, see, he even brought shades. How about that?
That's right.
So, so yeah, I guess, man, it's all up to you. Just whatever you want to say to the folks, and you know, if you want to show some photos and stuff, that's great.
All right, thank you, Chris.
No problem. Yeah, I'm glad to have you here, man.
Thank you. Definitely having me here. So, Chris, since I started my campaign, I talked to a lot of citizens, and they always ask me, it's like, who are you, right?
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, they want to know more about me. So I print out some maps here. The first one is it has all the well, can we get closer?
Oh yeah, you can
right
take
there.
it close as you need. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this right here, the circle right here, that's Laos. That's where Laos is, and the X right here, that's where we're at. Well, not really where we're at.
Yeah.
It's California.
Let's
America.
put it this way: Laos is a long ways away.
Yeah, it's on the opposite side of the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is going to be on the back side right here. This is a blow up of Laos and Thailand right here. So that's Laos, circle right there. And I was born somewhere right there, near that, Luang Prabang right there. And the X right there, that's where the refugee camp is at, in Thailand.
There you go.
Right there. All right, so next map, it's going to be Thailand. As you can see right there, the blue dot, that's where the camp I was staying at for 5 years in Thailand, and there's other camps there too. So, all right, the last one right here is the entrance to the camp that I was staying. As you can see, it's being guarded by guard just to your right with the M16. So that's why they're not in the picture. So okay, and you know, I just have introduced myself earlier to you. I'm Teng Saechao. I'm running for Yuba County Sheriff, and you know, I moved to the Yuba County area in 1989, and I became a U.S. citizen in 1991.
Nice.
And I started my law enforcement career with Yuba County Sheriff's Office in 1991, and I have been with them ever since. So the next question they asked me is, why? Why are you running for sheriff? Why do you want to be a sheriff? Well, I have been there for over 26 years, and there's a lot of things that I have seen there that needs to be changed.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of things that needs to change to better serve the citizens of Yuba County, and that's why I'm running. And yeah, and then the next question is, what are you going to change? Well, I want to create a citizen advisory council, so to give the citizens a voice at the sheriff's office.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, and so besides the citizen advisory council, I want to streamline, restructure the sheriff's office to promote effective allocation of resources. You know, so that will give deputy more times out on the road, than rather than sit behind a computer writing a report or doing whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and the other thing I want to do is diversify the sheriff's office so that it be reflective of the community it serves. You know, strengthen the trust between the sheriff's office, between law enforcement, period, and the community, the citizens.
Okay.
That's what I want to do.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I like that.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, and create a proactive unit to actively pursue career criminal, and you know, in patrol high crime areas. That's what I want to do. That's the other thing. There's a lot of things I want to change at the sheriff's office, you know, but those are some of the things. And the next question is going to be they always ask me is, what's your qualification? You know, are you qualified to be a sheriff? Well, I have over 26 years of law enforcement experience, and I have worked as a supervisor, detective, field training officer coordinator, community service officer, gang officer, SWAT officer, and correctional officer.
Wow.
So I have done pretty much about everything except for sheriff. I haven't done sheriff yet, so that's why I'm running. And I have a master's degree in organizational leadership. I have a bachelor degree in criminal justice and an associate degree in criminal justice. Those are my qualifications.
Wow.
And then they would say, great, all right. So how can so they said, how can we help you? How can we help you get elected? Well, they got to go out there and vote.
That's right.
Right. If you're not registered to vote, go on my website, www.tengsaechaoforsheriff.com, and there's a direct link that will take you directly to the election office to register to vote. So just get out and vote. Every vote counts. So you got to get out and vote.
Yeah. That's right.
So, and that's why I'm running.
Great. So for you folks that if you make any comments, I apologize. We weren't able to do this from my car. So the camera is sitting a pretty good ways away from us to make sure we had a good angle to get everything. So I apologize if I don't see who you are that's come on and I don't see comments and we don't respond to comments. I'll apologize for that now. So I'll ask you a couple of questions, kind of based on the questions that I've gotten with other things, and I'm sure you've even heard these.
Okay.
So I guess the first one would be, what are your thoughts on the sanctuary city or the sanctuary state law, and how the counties and some of the cities are now starting to say, no, we're not going to do that, and they're doing ordinances to go against it or resolutions.
Okay. Well, SB 54, it's I don't think it's good for the community.
Okay.
A lot of people misunderstood that as well. They think that local law enforcement are forbidden to contact ICE, to have any contact with ICE, to work with ICE. Well, that's not actually totally true. Well, local law enforcement actually can contact ICE. It's just very restricted. They can contact ICE if somebody has a federal warrant. They can actually notify ICE that. So, to me, there has to be balance. There has to be balance between civil liberties and public safety, and I'm going to work hard to balance that. If somebody's not if somebody's in the county jail, that's not a fabric of the community. Of course, I'm going to do everything within my power legally to contact ICE or let ICE know that person's in the jail.
So basically, you're not going to be out there just looking for people going, oh, you're not supposed to be here, and just all of a sudden trying to...
No,
exactly.
not at all. We don't have the manpower to go out and do that anyway. And plus, family is very important to me.
Well, we don't need to do anything wrong with the hardworking folks who are trying to raise a family and do it right. It's mainly just the criminals that we need to deal with.
That's right. That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Cool.
No, that's my stand.
I agree with you 100%. I appreciate it. I guess the next one that I've heard a lot of is, especially with Yuba County, and just to give you a little background, I used to work for Yuba County. I used to be in community development.
Okay.
So I spent a lot of time there, and I know a lot of folks in Yuba County, and it's a really great place. I spent a lot of time in the foothills.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we know up in the foothills we have some illegal marijuana grows going on up there. How do you feel about trying to maybe help the folks out up there to kind of get that knocked down a little bit so that they feel a little more comfortable in their community up there?
Well, okay. My stand on that, I'm going to use all the resources that I have available to, deal with that issue. I'm going to work hard to balance between. I'm going to make sure that the people that's entitled to medical marijuana gets them, but I'm going to work hard to combat the illegal growth, to protect the citizens of Yuba County and protect the environment. And it seems that the illegal growths are double from 2016 to 2017, almost double, almost triple. So we got to work hard on that, and that's one of the reasons why I want to create a Citizen Advisory Council, so we can work together to find a long-term solution to that. So I'm going to work hard at combating the illegal growth.
That makes perfect sense. And from my understanding, the legal limit is 6 plants or 75 square feet, and it has to be inside.
That's correct.
Inside of okay.
That's correct.
Well, there you go. Hopefully we can start getting that illegal marijuana grow problem taken care of over across the river. So I guess the last one that I hear a lot about, and I know it's been a big one over here for the Sutter County Sheriffs as well, is what are your thoughts on CCWs and folks being able to obtain a CCW. Because I know with my time at Yuba County, Virginia Black, Sheriff Black was really against it. She didn't like it. Right. And then Sheriff Durfer seemed to be pretty good with it. So kind of curious as to what your thoughts are on it.
Okay. Well, I support CCW. I'm pro CCW. I support the Second Amendment. Great. I think any law-abiding citizens that can pass a background, that can qualify to carry a gun, they should be able to. So that's my stand on that. So I believe that there's more, if we have more armed citizens out there, that's legal, law-abiding citizens carry out there, I think that's going to have impact on crimes, and it's going to be able to help law enforcement out as well.
I definitely agree that it makes a safer community. My kid lives in an open carry community. It's very safe. And I think too, those law-abiding citizens who carry, if we were in a situation with the problems that we have up in the foothills, where you've only got 1 or 2 officers who can be there, but then you have the confidence in knowing that you've got, law-abiding concealed carry, people up there that can help back up your officers.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's one of the things an officer told me. He goes, he loves the fact that he knows that he doesn't have to worry about himself as much because he knows he's got people that'll back him up. Yeah,
absolutely. Any of the armed citizens, law-abiding citizens, they if they see the officer needs help or you need help, they can step in and help the officer out. And I just think that if the criminal knows that the citizens in Yuba County armed, carry, conceal, and I think they're going to think twice before they decide to do something.
Definitely. Oh, and just so you guys know, between Yuba County and Sutter County, they have the cooler looking cruisers.
Yeah,
because theirs are black.
Yeah, completely black.
They are really cool. We had a guy who lived down the street from me who was a Yuba County deputy, and they have really cool looking cars in comparison.
Yeah.
So if any of you Sutter County sheriff candidates are watching this, black cars look a lot better. So yeah. Well, I mean, because I know we're trying to keep with time and all that kind of stuff. We've got a city council meeting going on in a few minutes.
Okay.
Anything else you want to tell the folks? I mean, you're welcome. The time is yours. Say whatever you want to say.
Okay. Well, Chris, do you know what the definition of insanity is?
Me doing this all the time.
Also, doing the same thing over and over again, and expecting different result.
Well, and that's
right.
Case in point. I keep doing this, expecting a different result. Right. But
okay.
Yeah.
So I have been with Yuba County for over 26 years, and it's time. It's time for change.
Yeah.
It's time for new leadership. It's time for new vision. We need change, and that's what I intend to make a lot of changes so that we can better serve the citizens of Yuba County. That's why I'm running, and that's why we're here. So that's why we're doing it.
Well, and one other quick question that just popped into my head. Now, if I remember correctly, the Yuba County jail is an ICE jail, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So now I'm assuming you guys get decent funding from the feds on that, which kind of helps out a little bit.
Yeah, the funding helps.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as the budget, otherwise, I mean, how's the budget? In general for you guys, is it pretty good shape? I mean, you got enough officers to really cover what you need to cover?
Well, we always need more officers.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we always do. But right now, we just need to keep the one that we have.
Yeah.
Raise the morale, the sheriff's office, keep the one we have, and fill the vacant positions.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And part of that streamline restructuring, that's going to put more deputies out on the road. That's going to make things run a lot smoother.
Yeah. I know I've had a couple opportunities where when I was working up in the foothills, I went to an area I didn't know about called Finley Hill, and ended up having to call a couple of deputies to come up and help me out. Mm-hmm. They were right on top of it, man. They were there.
Yeah, we tried to.
Yeah, they're good guys. So, well, like I said, I mean, anything you need to tell the folks, you're welcome to tell them. Okay. This time is your time. I'm just supplying a camera.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, okay, so you got to get out and vote. Okay, every vote counts. If you're not registered to vote, you got to go out and register to vote. You got to do that. So one vote at a time. We have to come together. We have to unite and I'm confident that if we unite, we will win the race, and we can make the changes together. So I encourage everybody to go out there and vote. And if you're not registered to vote, register to vote. Okay? So I hope to see you guys at the poll, and
cool.
you know,
Yeah.
vote for this guy.
Yeah, vote for that guy, not this guy. That guy.
This guy, not this guy.
Yeah, I'm not running for anything. Unless there's a town jester role, then I can run for that one. But I don't know that we vote for those guys. So now, do you have any events coming up anytime between now and June?
Yes. Thank you for that. Thank you for asking me.
Please, let them know.
So we're having a meet and greet event on the 19th, which is Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, this Saturday, between from 5 to 9 at the VFW Hall in Olympus on Power Line Road.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So,
it's a nice little facility,
yeah,
too.
it is.
Yeah, it is.
Very nice. So come out and join us. Great foods. It's a potluck. So come on out and join us, and enjoy great music out there. So,
Well, you said food. You'll probably get a ton of people now.
Hey, no, come on out.
Yeah,
We have
people
plenty
show
of
up for
so,
food all the time. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. I don't know what the deal is, but yeah, they always show up for food.
That's right.
Well, this is great, man. I'm glad we had an
Okay.
opportunity to finally do this.
Thank
I know
you.
somebody's been on me about me getting a chance to talk with you, and I'm
Okay.
glad we did
I
get the
appreciate it,
opportunity.
yeah.
You know, it's great.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Because I mean, it's great that the folks get an opportunity to kind of get to know you in a different way than the standard rigid, forum kind of a concept. You know, where everything's got to be prim and proper.
Mm-hmm.
Here we're just a couple guys hanging out. The only thing missing is a beer.
Yeah, that's right.
So, well, it's a barbecue now that we started talking about food, but that's okay. We don't need that.
That's right.
But so yeah, guys, if you hang out, I mean, I'm going to end this live in a few, but be looking for us in a few minutes. About 6 o'clock, we'll be firing up another live for the city council meeting, where we'll be talking about the Recology contract. And then I believe tomorrow we will be at Lindcrest Elementary at 6:30 for the annexation conversation too. So make sure you come back and check us out for that. If you haven't already, please share this video, like this video, and make sure you go in and turn on notifications so that you know we're doing this. So again, I got to thank Teng for coming out. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
And it's kind of a pain for him because he had to come from the other side of the bridge and come over here to Yuba City to do this, because this is where I was going to be. We're right here at City Hall area. I see a comment, but I can't read it. They know. Most of these guys know I'm pretty much blind. So, oh, it's Monty.
Oh,
of course it's Monty. Yeah, glad to see him here. He always tells me he has a hard time sometimes with getting notifications on these things. So yes, Monty, I tried to find a good spot, and luckily they had this spot here with a nice bench under a tree. It didn't help with the wind, but it's a nice spot.
It's a pretty nice spot, yeah.
Yeah, pretty comfortable.
Nice. Yeah.
And considering I'm here in a t-shirt and he's here in a sport jacket, we're neither one of us are sweating like pack mules. So that's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
But again, guys, I appreciate everybody coming on. I hope you got some great information. Just remember to mark that ballot correctly.
Yep.
And and do that. If you get it by mail, then do it now and get it sent back. If you don't, you got to go to the polling place. Even better. Don't forget your I voted sticker. And yeah, and remember now, you're gonna see Saechao.
Right. Teng Saechao, yeah.
So you want to spell it for them just so they know?
Okay. TengSaechao. Teng Saechao. For Yuba County Sheriff.
There you go.
Make sure you vote for me. And together we can change it. We can make the change. Make it safer, make the community safer for our loved ones, for our grandchildren, and on and on. So make sure you vote for me. All right, thank you, folks.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right.
Okay. I know you guys are like, hey, what is he doing now?